Hi friends, it's SuNN here with another wonderfully cool paper project for you. This is a, for Christmas this year, my lovely friends Lee and Kathy purchased or gave me a fantastic bath bomb from Lush, which if you know anything about me, you know I absolutely love having baths, and I really like Lush products. So they had actually given me this product in a big basket, and I thought, you know what, I can imagine if you wanted to give somebody this for a gift. First of all, it smells really good, but you may want to put it in a pretty box. So I've made a wee box to fit, to house this with the tissue coming out of it. Pretty cute, hey? Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make it today. So we're going to need 3 pieces of paper. We're going to need the base. Then we're going to need the lid and a piece of designer series paper. So the base is 8.5 by 8.5 square. The lid is 5 1/16 by 5 1/16, and the DSP is 3 by 3/8 square. So we're going to score with the base first. It's all about the base, right? All right, I'm using the small tip of my stylus, not the big one, and I'm going to score at 2.5 on all 4 sides. So you've seen me do this. This is one of my favorite boxes to make. So it's my go-to box. And then the lid. So basically 5 1/16. We don't have it on the what is it called, scoring tool, but it is a tick just before the 1/8, obviously. And if you, basically you just need to make the lid just a smidge bigger than the sizing, than the dimensions of our box. So I'm going to score at 3/4 of an inch on all 3 sides. And you just want to be able to fit that lid on and off with no problems, right? And that's the reason why we do the 1/16. I've noticed that some people actually, what they do is they say they want the lid and they cut it at 5, and then what they'll do is they'll score just a little bit less. So if you don't have one of these, or if you don't have a 1/16 on your cutter, what you could do is you can make your score lines like, 1/16. I don't know. It confuses me. Numbers confuse me in general. So, okay. I'm going to take out my score tool. Or sorry, my bone folder. And I'm going to get all this going. Crease your score lines. All right, so I'm going to cut up my score line, and I'm going to wedge out. I'm not going to be, and then I'm turning it, and I'm going to do the same thing. Cut, wedge, wedge. I call this the pinwheel. And it's just, we wedge on both sides. It's just because this is a handmade project, and when we go to put the box together, we can line up score line to cut piece, like the score line to the cut piece, nice and flush, and then this part won't stick out. So it just is neater. All right, So while we're doing that, I'll get going. I'm using my fast fuse today, and I'm going, so when you're using fast fuse, it's a nice gentle touch. Like I'm barely putting any effort into it. Oh, I'm going at an awkward angle and it doesn't like that. Hello. So nice and gentle touch. Really, it comes out so easily. And I think I've seen some people really struggle with it. And I think this is the reason why. And also when you're using the fast fuse, just because I don't know if you can see, there's a little clear piece of plastic here. And if you are constantly flicking off to one side, always going to say to the right, that piece of plastic kind of will gum up your machine, your applicator. So the trick is to go right once and then flick off left and then right and just alternate. Okay, I'm getting crazy with the glue because I finally found a tape runner that actually works for me. Okay, so here we go with my box, adhering one side. And the reason why I do the pinwheel for boxes like this, cube boxes, is because I want an even number of pieces or even number of thickness all the way around the box. Oops. So I'll show you when it comes to when we cut the lid, how different we cut it. So you can see that there's basically, you know, a piece of cardstock on each side. And that's the reason why I do the pinwheel, because it sturdies up. If we didn't, and if you had cut it and two pieces of paper would be on this side and two pieces of paper on this side, and this would be sort of wibbly wobbly. So, okay, so I'll show you when I cut, because it doesn't matter about the lid because it's not, we don't have that much paper. But when I cut here, and of course I'm wedging out, I'm not pinwheeling, I'm just going to the next side. I suppose you could if you wanted to, really. It doesn't make a difference, but it's not necessary. It is necessary when you're doing a larger box. I hope that makes sense. All right, so I am going to put the paper on first. And I just went around the edges because that's going to be needed. Okay, so I have used my framelit circles, and I just put a little bit of, put my framelit in the middle, a little bit of Post-it tape, tape it down, take it to the Big Shot. You could use whatever size that you needed. Say if you were actually doing, say, I don't know, something square, you could put a window behind it. You could do a heart shape for, you know, and use your punch. So I found that this fit this project quite nicely, so that's what I did. So because I'm in the magic of television, I have a swap out. Okay, so again, I'm going to use my fast fuse, and just because, oh look at that, I've stuck myself to the paper. Just because fast fuse, you do have to tick off to the right and to the left. What you're going to want to do is you're going to hold that little piece of paper with your finger. So just so that you can, because I almost ripped the other one. So this is learn by, or teach by example. Don't do what I did, in other words. So when you are doing the box, what you do want to do is just make sure that your crease line, or that your your cut piece and your crease line fit up nicely, but always err on give yourself a little bit of room. So you can see here's my cut line, which was sort of wobbly, and here's my crease line. So that way you're ensured to get that box top to go on very nicely. And I don't know if you can see that, but I have a little whoopsie whoops in there. So I think this would be really awesome. Say if you made a larger size of this and stuck a cupcake or something inside, you can use this same method and put like a window sheet on it. Yeah, big. Anyway, so that's the project for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you'll give it a try, and I'll see you next Friday for another video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.